Hey guys, it's Todd from Like Minded Lunatics, bringing you, it's another drink, play, swear. Hey, it's all we do around here. I mean, besides endlessly watching bad horror movies throughout the month of October, it's all we care to do around here. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Drink, Play, Swear, and welcome back to Like Minded Lunatics. You know that Like Minded Lunatics is not just me here at Drink, Play, Swear. No, it's not. It's also my buddy Mark Gifford doing the Friday night videos, and he does them right there. All month of October, he's doing great Halloween content for you here in 2023. But guess what? If you're not getting enough Halloween content from LML this year, we've got a great playlist of 2022 stuff, and from the year before, 2021, ton of great material here at LML. If it really you're just salivating for Halloween, we are too. Check us out. And bang, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button so we can see how big this family of like-minded weirdos, degenerates, runaways, and zombies is getting. Gets bigger every day, and we're excited about that. All right, what is it we do here at Drink, Play, Swear? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. We play a game, usually a classic one. I pair it with a beverage, and we tell stories. We talk, we tend to run our mouths, we gab a little, don't we? Oh my goodness, what are we playing here today? Well, it's a game I've never played before, and that's what I've sort of vowed to do this Halloween season in Drink, Play, Swear, is play some horror-themed games, but some games that I've just never played before. Some of them are going to be great, some are going to be awful. You know what's not awful? Is my beverage choice this evening. That's right, I've gone back to Old Faithful, and it is doing some weird stuff. Just to give you a little inside baseball, I'm filming this at a different time of day than I normally do. My lighting, of course, as you can see, is not ideal, but I wanted to get you something this week anyway. So you're gonna see some kind of goofy stuff like this. That's odd, but go with it. Get yourself something. Let's sit back and enjoy what's possibly a bad game, but hopefully a good little chat. Oh yes, okay. Let's see what this game's all about. This, by the way, is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. No. I choose this game because the movie... okay. I can already tell you this game sucks. Just, first impressions, okay? There is a... You can't tell because you're not playing. There is a lag on the jump. So you hit the button, and the jump happens after the fact. And if you're making a game where the time... What, did I die? Where the timing is important, then you can't have a lag like that, can you? All right. But I chose the game because I've got this enormous collection of NES games that I've never played before, wanted to play, especially these Halloween ones. But the movie, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, dead again? Look at this. I do like the animation here. Yeah, I'll try again just because I love the movie, which is what? Tomato face. Try again, tomato face. I love Attack of the Killer Tomatoes because it is so bad. But I also love Return of the Killer Tomatoes. George Clooney, early George Clooney movie. If you haven't seen Return of the Killer Tomatoes, you need to go watch it. Because Return of the Killer Tomatoes is actually a good movie. And so it's one of those wonderful instances in horror films where there's sequels, and some of them are like markedly better than others, and some are markedly worse. Anyway, the original is awful. You see the big tomatoes rolling down the street and everything? So today, I thought in that spirit, we could talk about bad horror movies. That's right. My story really revolves around not so much a story, but just talking about my top 10 favorite bad horror movies. Now, listen, this comes with a disclaimer. Everyone's got their own list. And it's tough when you're a horror fan to make a list like this. And so I spent a lot of time on it, and, it's not going to be perfect for you because it's not tailored to you. It's tailored to me, right? There are great horror movies that I spend every October rewatching. You know, things like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, psychological masterpiece. There are movies that are in subgenres of horror that are wonderful on their own. For instance, in the slasher genre, personally, I love a Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. It's a great film. It's a little campy, but it's still a well put together film. Lots of great horror movies, right? The original Halloween, fantastic. Halloween 5 is fucking garbage, by the way. But anyway, the original Halloween is not just a good horror movie, it's a good movie, right? Well, we're not talking about good movies today. No, I got a list right here in front of me, and we're going to be talking about my favorite, my top 10, in no certain order, by the way. You can't rank these, but my top 10 bad horror movies, okay? So let's play this bad game and talk bad horror. Yes, number one with a bullet is the original Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It's as bad as this game seems to be. Just go back and watch like 30 seconds of the movie and you're going to be like, okay, I don't know if I can even finish this, right? I don't know how long I can spend on this. Does this deserve my time? Especially in an era where we sort of have shorter attention spans than we used to. Like, does this deserve my time? Maybe not, right? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes on that list. Number two on that list, again in no certain order, Jason X. I've talked about that movie before last Halloween when I was playing Friday the 13th. I love Jason X. I love to hate Jason X. That's Jason in space. It's also like Jason on steroids for some reason. I don't know why they made Jason in space also Jason on steroids, but they definitely did. Let me reference my list here. One Mark Gifford is going to love this choice. Idle Hands. Idle Hands is one of those early like comedy horrors. You know, like Shaun of the Dead is a great movie. Whether you like horror or not, Shaun of the Dead is clearly a great movie. Idle Hands, I love it, but I love it as a bad movie, for sure. This teenager gets a possessed right hand that he has to chop off. I mean, you know what? If the movie's more than 20 years old, I'm not going to say spoilers ahead of time, okay? You should have just seen it by now. What else we got? Number four, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not an original premise, in any regard, but I had a crush when I was a kid on Jennifer Love Hewitt, so that bad movie is going to definitely go in there. And, in terms of the depth of character, her acting is not always, let's say, Oscar worthy. I'm sorry if you watch. I was going to say if you watch the channel, Jennifer's not watching the channel. Okay, what's next? We're going to go any movie in the Final Destination series, but why not go part one? That was the third movie I ever owned on DVD. That's right. It came out in the year 2000, and I had The Matrix was the very first DVD I had, and then Sleepy Hollow was the second DVD I had. But then the third DVD, that's right, 2000's Final Destination. Just a garbage movie, but a lot of fun to watch. So garbage, like Skittles. So garbage that you can't stop eating them once you start. What else we got? Oh, okay. How about Leprechaun in the Hood? Do you remember that one? If you never saw Leprechaun in the Hood, treat yourself this October to that film. It's Ice-T, right? And it's also Leprechaun. The villain is a deranged leprechaun, and he raps in that movie. Ugh. It's like culturally insensitive, gory horror, and just like cringy, embarrassing dialogue for an hour and a half. A beautiful experience if you're up for it. Okay, let's go a little old school. Let's change gears. You have to put Ed Wood in this category, don't you? Of course, Plan 9 from Outer Space. my generation found out about Plan 9 from Outer Space because of Seinfeld, prominently featured in one of the early Seinfeld episodes that they were going to go see. And I remember I went to Blockbuster Video to find that movie specifically because of the Seinfeld episode. It is a unique brand of terrible storytelling that just makes me happy. And I don't mean that it makes me happy because I want to make fun of it. I mean that it's so earnest and it's trying to tell a good story. And I gotta be honest, I'm probably of an Ed Wood caliber as a writer on my own. Mark definitely makes me better. Okay, number 8 on the list, Ants. Do you remember Ants, the movie? It's like a special subgenre of horror where certain animals, you know, like arachnophobia was spiders, right? Like certain animals are dangerous. And this was ants, which is not scary at all. You know, they're little bitty. But by the way, do you see how terrible I am at this? I'm on the first level, the first screen, and I'm just having trouble navigating these tomatoes that are trying to bite me. But I can't, the timing on this game is awful. I'm hitting the button. Trust me, I am. Anyway, the ants were not scary, and who would care about a movie called Ants? It's not compelling whatsoever. But if you go back and look at the VHS cover box of Ants, the movie, you will see like a topless woman with ants all over her. I think that's the only reason anyone like went to go see that is the movie poster. It is not a good. Okay. I already said that there are bad horror movies that you don't want to watch, but then there are good bad horror movies that you want to rewatch. You don't bother with Ants. No, that's not worth your time. Number 9, I'm going Critters 2 on this. That's the one where they're in the farm. Critters, any Critters is a wonderful bad horror movie. Treat yourself to some Critters if you haven't done so in a while. And my final one that I'm going to talk to you about is Return of the Living Dead. That's right. Dan, is it Bannon or Banyan? I never got that name correct, but he did a lot of wonderful writing. He wrote on Alien and Aliens, and of course he worked with George A. Romero on the original Night of the Living Dead. Well, Romero and he like split off and quit working together, and Dan asked, "Can I please make my own sequel to Night of the Living Dead," and allowed him to make Return of the Living Dead, which is a bizarre 80s movie, just wonderful and fun. Check it out if you haven't done so already. Punk rockers getting eaten by zombies, it's just a delight. All right, let's wrap up here. Thanks for being with us for this second week of Halloween 2023. Reminding you to please watch all of the LML content that is out there Halloween related and go watch some bad horror. 'Tis the season to do so. In between now and the next time I talk to you, I'm Todd. Excited about Halloween. See ya.